couple things to review first. Just like the notes, we have less than is this, and it goes to the left. Greater than opens up this way, and it goes to the right. Open circles for, whoa, that's wrong, for these two. Closed for those two. Number two, we always like the variable on the left, so I'm going to switch everything over, meaning n is here, negative 3 is here. In this part here, that is eating the 3, so it's going to stay eating the 3. Which means that n is less than negative 3. So open circle on negative 3, going to the left. Number 4, you have this problem here. You want to divide by negative 14 to get rid of it. Remember, you divide by negative, so now your sign must flip because this number here is a negative. So you get n is greater than a negative 15. If we get confused, let's flip it just so we know how to read it to say that n is greater than a negative 15. So on negative 15, it is going to be an open circle going to the right. Number 5, whenever you have a number in front of the parentheses, if it's not a fraction, you can just distribute. So you get 3x plus 6 is less than negative 30. Subtract the 6 to cancel. 3x is less than negative 36. Last step is to divide. This is a positive, so it doesn't flip. We get x is less than negative 12. So on negative 12, it is open, going to the left. Number 6, we want to solve for this variable here. So just like before, we can still highlight. This is one color, while this is another color. Highlighting still works in this unit. I want the yellows to be on the same side of this line here. So the opposite of a negative 2 is a positive 2. To cancel it out. And here, we get left with 0 is greater than 6n. Since I have that yellow is greater than orange, I can just divide to finish off. And 0 divided by 6 is just 0. Flip it over. N is less than 0. So for number 6, 0 is going to be open circle going to the left. For number 9, we start by looking at the number. That number is at a negative 5. So I'm going to put x on the left and negative 5 on the right. It's going to the left, which means less than. and it's shaded in, so there's a line under it. And that's my answer. For number 11, it's an OR statement. We're going to solve this with two different problems. So b minus 9 is less than or equal to negative 19. And then we're going to solve b plus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 1. On the first one, we add 9 to give me that b is less than or equal to negative 10. And on the second one, I do the opposite, so I subtract 2. And that gives me b is greater than or equal to negative 3. This is OR, so they shouldn't be touching. So let's do this one here first. Negative 10, it's a closed circle. It's less than, so it goes to the left. B is greater than negative 3. So on negative 3, I put a closed circle going to the right. Number 14 is an AND statement like number 12, but it's not written as an AND statement. It's written as a compound. So the first one is everything in the middle and to the left. So negative 14 is greater than negative 2k. And everything in the middle, so negative 2k again, to the right. So that says negative 2k is less than negative 8. Solve the first one by dividing by negative 2. That is k is greater than 7. But wait, I made a mistake. Because I divided by a negative, right? Which means my sign should flip. So this should say k is less than 7. And on this side, divide by negative 2 again, which means k sign flips is greater than 4. So on 4, it's going to be an open circle to the right. On 7, if I flip it, it's an open circle to the left. And the two just combine. And that's your answer. Number 15, we're writing them again, but now there's two lines, meaning it's going to be a compound. It'll be AND or. AND is together, or is apart, meaning opposite ways. So for 15, this first dot here is on negative 4, so x, negative 4. It's going to the left, so it's less than, and it's equal to because it's shaded in. This side over here is 10 going greater than, and it's shaded in. Is it AND or? They're going apart, so it is OR. So I'm going to put an OR in the middle. Number 17. That's a 7. It's bigger than 7, so it's going to the bigger number, so it's greater than. It's coming together, so it's an AND statement. And it's all the numbers less than 9, but it's shaded in, so it's going to be equal to. So now to write it like a compound, this is okay, or you can leave it like, we can write it as a compound, meaning we want to flip this to put this x in the middle. So it's 7x. This x is already in the middle. So what I'm going to really do is I'm going to combine these two x's together and just make one x. So it's 7. It's less than x, which is less than or equal to 9. A certain bridge can hold no more, that's the key word, than 50,000 pounds. So, x, 50,000, and we ask ourselves, can it hold 40,000? Yes. Can it hold 50,000? Yes. Can it hold 60,000? No. Which means it's going to be less than or equal to 50,000. Write and graph. So, number line 50K, 50,000. Let's put 40,000 and 60,000. Close circle, less than means to the left. And that's my answer. And 21, the last one. In 1970, the minimum wage in the U.S. was $1.60 per hour. If you're working a job that gives you the minimum wage, you don't want to get paid less. Meaning, it's everything bigger than $1.60. So it's greater than or equal to 160. Number line 160. Let's put $2 here and $1 here. Closed circle, greater than to the right.